I just got out of the theaters, so let's talk about Nobody 2. The first Nobody was such a surprise hit. I was not expecting Bob Odenkirk to actually do an action film and be so entertaining, fun, and cheeky in it as well. So after watching the first Nobody, I was already excited and anticipating a second film. So when they announced it, I was ecstatic. So now we have the sequel, Nobody 2. What's there really to say? You're not going into Nobody movies expecting these groundbreaking cinematic masterpieces or something that's going to change the way you view film. You're going in this for just some fun, over the top, and really bloody action. And Nobody 2 delivers on the most part. One thing I like about this movie is that it's very confident in what it's trying to do, and it knows exactly what it is. It's this really cheeky, really gruesome action film. I do like how quickly we get into the action because we already know who this character is. The family knows who he is. You don't have to waste time establishing the character of Bob Odenkirk. You know that he's this really invincible force that can just kick anybody's butt, and he's just a nobody. He's just a family man, and you're in it for the whole ride. You get some banter, you get some one-liners. It's really those traditional action films that we grew up on from the 80s and 90s, and it's just such a fun time to watch. Not to say that this movie isn't a good time, but some of the detractors are that the story's trying to do a little too much about family and being a better father and this and that, which is all fine and dandy, but at the same time it's so disjointed, and there's shots that go from one scene to another that don't always make the most logical sense, and you're just wondering, like, all of this could have kind of been avoided, or if you approach it a little bit differently. I understand that it has to do a lot with his character being so irrational when he's angry, but I did, for the most part, like the involvement of the family. I like how they already know who their dad is, and we don't have to wait for them to figure it out or him trying to hide who he is. The rest of the film is fun. There's a really badass character that's introduced, but she doesn't get a whole lot of time to shine before the movie concludes, and I felt like she could have done a little bit more. The finale could have been a little bit more epic, but I did like the last standoff in the film. It was really creative, the way that they ran around the amusement park and stuff like that. It was entertaining to watch. I just wish it was a little bit longer, a little bit more creative in the sense of what they could have done in an amusement park as your backdrop for this really big action piece. But overall, Nobody 2 is a decent sequel. It does what the first one does. It's a little bit more confident in its direction. It knows what it is. And it's still a lot of fun. And if they made a Nobody 3, I'm all here for it, especially if the family gets even more involved. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So go check it out. Bob Odenkirk is awesome as always. And this movie's a lot of fun.